We back with another one. Communication. Actually got my degree in this field. Not that has anything to do with this, but I have a few things on my mind in terms of how important communication is. This is a segment also inspired by my boy Vic. He posted a reel not too long ago about how communication is key, and I actually had a situation on the football field in regards to communication that relates to my concepts of how important football is, like a life lesson teacher to real life situations. So let's dive right in. Communication. Football wise, I had a little situation go down. This is also has to do with a little bit of my last video. I felt like I did not do my part in communicating as a leader. We got some new players, and I was just under the assumption that they understood what I wanted, how the offense was ran. We have our captains on as receivers, and I thought they was explaining it to them. So we had some miscommunication, which can lead to disaster. And ultimately, I felt like our game was a disaster. So, with that being said, I'm going to throw out some more examples in terms of how routes are run, in terms of how we win our one-on-one matchup. I don't think I communicated to our receivers on how I like things done, the depth of route, the timing. I didn't vocally explain it to them when we're watching film, and I feel like personally I'm good enough to adapt to any sort of style of play. But if we're on the same page through communication, it makes my job and their job ultimately a lot easier, because they understand what exactly is going on. They're just not on the field guessing and kind of thinking. They're out there just playing football. With that being said, I came up with the idea, and I gave my captains, the two captains on our receiving team, receiving core, the idea of me being more so of a coach, me being a little harder on our new players and them and myself. So I brought them the idea saying I should over communicate on how I want things done and explain to them more. I know the language barrier is a little difficult, but I can get my point across. We can figure out a way for this to work, because we are a team. We need this to work. I need them. I need them for us to be successful. As the leader, somebody who needs to know every single person's job on the field, I should be the one communicating to everyone how things should be operating, how I feel like things should run. And if they're on the same page with my lead, we can all do our specific job at the highest level and become successful, instead of not saying what I feel and all of us kind of just going out there like no leadership, no one really to rely on. We're kind of just guessing. That's what it kind of felt like during the game. We were just guessing a little bit. We were guessing. We were thinking, I need to be the one to communicate to my squad how it should go down. So I brought the idea to them. I said, I'm gonna be hard. I'm gonna be strict. I'm gonna be specific on how I want things ran, and I think it's going to be a little more work on my plate, but I'm up for it. I got to do what I got to do. I'm more so of the person who, kind of tells someone one time, and if they don't do it, keep doing the same mistakes. I kind of move on. In college, we kind of had that depth for us to just plug in another player who did the job the way it's supposed to be done. Out here, we don't have that. We can't really do that too much. We don't have the depth to run that same operation. So with the players that we do have and the players that are going to play, I need to be super specific with them on how I want things to run, in terms of routes, in terms of timing, in terms of depths of route, in and out of breaks, spacing. So that is very important for our success, and it relates to real life. Of course it relates within relationships, friendships, marriage, your work, anything involves some sort of communication, business. So it's super important for me to kind of level up in that aspect and be comfortable communicating with others, and because it'll just get me right for real life situations. Like I said, I studied this in college. I kind of got a good idea, but to be put into a real life situation and practice it is ultimately good for my growth. So yeah, man, communication is key. You want to be able to communicate and be comfortable communicating your thoughts and your feelings. For example, if you have a partner, a girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever it has be, and you just assume that you guys are on the same page, and she does something, right? And you don't communicate your feelings, and she does it again, or he does it again, it's going to build up resentment. It's going to build up a wall. You got to be able to break down that wall, be comfortable communicating, and ultimately it'll help you guys grow together. At the end of the day, that's the goal, right? It's something that me and my mom talk about a lot. She works at a restaurant, Gilbert's El Indio. Go check it out, Santa Monica, California, 2526 Pico Boulevard. Tell them I sent you. She manages the restaurant, the kitchen, the waiters, waitresses, everything as a whole. She has different groups, the accountant, different groups of people she has to communicate with and basically tell them how she wants things to be operated. And if she doesn't communicate it, the cooks are just going to assume, they're going to be thinking, they're not really going to be super comfortable going about their business, because they really don't have someone telling them what to do. They're just kind of going on the fly. But if she's in there in the kitchen with them, cooking it up, letting them know, like, yo, we doing it this way, we doing that way, and we're making this work, because it is, from what I heard, crazy in the kitchen. She needs to be there communicating and letting them know how things should run. She's making plays too, you know what I mean? She's communicating. She's, you know, audible in. She's figuring out the defense, and she's executing at a high level. You feel me? Does that make sense? And she's doing it in different fields for the bigger picture of the restaurant to be successful. I'm doing it within my receiver group, O-line, tight ends, running backs, for our offense to be successful, for overall our team success. You feel me? I know I went on a little ramble, but communication is key. Continue to learn, continue to grow, continue to, you know, try to communicate your feelings, your thoughts. But ultimately, it's key for success. And whatever you're doing, I love you. My name's Garrett Saffron. I'm the owner and creator of Infinity Moments. I got new merch out now. Link in bio. Cop yours. Now or never. Peace. Love you.